Hey, what's the difference between a narcissist and a catfish? One's a scum-sucking bottom feeder, and the other's just a fish. Mwah. Time for Saturday morning Survivor cartoons. My name's Animated Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. All right? But first, do you have your coffee? In our first segment today, we're going to meet Brainy Bob, and he's going to share some information with us that will help us understand our brains a little better. All right? Let's do it. Welcome to the Queen Bee Show. My name is Animated Angie, and well, thank you. I'd like to introduce my first guest, Brainy Bob. Welcome to the show, Bob. So, Bob, tell me, what do people need to know about how their brains work anyway?
While behaviorism did a fine job of explaining psychology for a long time, it was eventually found to be overly simplistic and unable to explain the full gamut of human experiences. For example, most of us would agree that we can learn things by reading. Yep. How does this fit into the behaviorist
Great
model?
question.
And how can you become phobic of heights without ever having fallen from a height?
Tell me more.
CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, uses behaviorism as a starting point and then builds a cognitive element on top of that.
Is it just me, or does this guy sound like Robin Leach? Interesting.
This states that what we think also plays an important role, and that we can actually create new associations by thinking.
Amazing.
In other words, if you think about falling, this can create new neural connections as though you were falling.
Wow.
And that in turn can lead to the formation of a phobia or to changes in personality.
That is legit, my friend.
Now, hold that concept in your mind for a moment while we take a look at another concept.
Got it.
This one is called embodied cognition. Embodied cognition is a more recent psychology theory that says all of our understanding of the world around us comes from our bodies.
Yes.
This fits with the evolutionary explanation that our brains evolved to help us survive in our environment based on our interaction.
Makes sense.
The question posited to psychologists was this: when someone tells you some information, how do you understand that? You learned English growing up, yes, but what is it that allows you to understand English? Your brain doesn't innately understand English, so you must be translating that language into something like a machine code in order to process it.
I see.
For a while, psychologists made up the term mentalese in order to explain
This is
gap.
fascinating stuff, right?
But later, a more useful theory was put forward. Embodied cognition explained that we understand language by relating it back to our understanding of the world around us.
Okay, that makes sense.
When you hear someone telling you a story about walking through a cold forest, you understand that by imagining yourself walking through a cold forest. And this causes all of those relevant neural connections to fire as you think of the implications of that, relevant memories, etc., etc.
Oh, that makes a lot of
And what's
sense.
actually happening here is the areas of your brain are firing as though that story was really happening to you. If you put someone under an MRI scanner while you tell them about the time you went swimming, their brain areas will light up as though they were going swimming.
I'm bored. Wanna go swimming? Yes, please.
And this is how simply imagining something or picturing something can create associations in your brain. If you're high up and you keep imagining falling off that height, then your neurons will fire at the same time as though you were falling off that height.
And for all the money, what's your biggest fear? I'm really scared of falling. Oh my god. Well, don't fall then. Haha.
This is enough to cause those neurons to wire together and create a strong connection,
I see. That's very interesting.
to the point where it's hard not to picture falling off that height. This causes a flood of neurotransmitters related to the experience of falling, and what do you know? You pass out in a sweaty heap.
I'm freaking out. Nah, you'll be alright. I'm gonna pass out in a sweaty heat. You are so dramatic. Fascinating, honestly.
CBT is a technique you can use to create more positive associations and connections in your brain, and we'll look more at how this works later on in the series.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Bob. I really appreciate you showing up at the show today. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. And now we're going to continue on to our next segment, shall we? I know that was kind of boring, but there's good information there for you, okay? So, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to get everything you want in your life. Oh, yeah, we're going to meet a new guest. Are you ready? Let's talk to Peter. Here comes Peter. He's an expert on getting what he wants. And Peter tells me the first thing you have to do is just ask. Just have to do it the right way. So, please help me welcome Peter to the show.
Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get everything that they ask for? If they want to go on an exotic vacation, they suddenly get their wish.
What, really?
So how can you make this same magic appear for you? The only true way you will actually get what you want is by learning how to ask for it, and then take action upon it. Nothing magically is going to happen.
Hey, do I know you? Are you me from a different dimension?
But you can start the wheels turning by putting things into motion. Let's take a closer look at how this can happen. Here's an example. Are you waiting to be discovered so that you can be promoted to the next level?
You did it. You are now the queen of the world. I knew it.
You can't figure out why you're always overlooked when a better position becomes available. There can be several reasons for this. Does anyone even know that you're looking to be promoted? Have you demonstrated that you're capable of doing this particular job? Most likely, you're just sitting at your desk each day doing a wonderful job waiting to be noticed.
Notice me!
Unfortunately, this type of behavior is not going to get you too far. While you may be fantastic at what you do, you need to take action so that others know what you're looking for. If you don't ask for the promotion, you will never get it. Now let's take a look at what steps you should take. First, you need to make it known to the right people that you would love to be considered for a new opening.
Hey, boss, I'd really love to be considered for that new opening. What do you say?
If the position is posted on your company job board, then apply for it. In the meantime, you should start demonstrating that you have the experience and knowledge to perform this particular job. Of course, you don't want to start just doing the job, you want to get paid for it, but find some way that you can show that you have the skills to do it. The worst thing you can do is to just hope that you'll be asked to fill any vacant position. Your supervisor is most likely aware of how well you do in your current job, and they think you're perfectly happy.
Well, I thought you loved your job.
If you feel a little awkward about applying or even asking for a better position, then bring the subject up in your next employee review meeting. Most companies will give you the opportunity to ask questions, so make it clear that if a certain vacancy becomes available, you would like to be considered for it. Remember that the easiest path to getting what you want is to go out there and ask for it.
Wow, we're like totally educational today, right? Anyway, so here comes our next segment. This one might amuse you a little more than some of the others did today, but I hope it's a good way to round off our day. All right? Talk to you soon. And now it's time for some narc jokes. Here we go. What's a narcissist's idea of being someone's slave? Having to compromise. What's a narcissist's idea of being abused? Not having anyone to boss around, of course. How many narcissists does it take to change a light bulb? None. A narcissist will always find someone else to handle that stupid little chore, right? What's one way to irritate a narcissist? Well, pretend to enjoy changing the light bulb. It'll make him think he's missing out on something. Why does a narcissist get upset after just having spent lots of time alone? Well, how would you feel after you just spent a lot of time alone all by yourself with a narcissist? A psychiatrist was interviewing a narcissist psychiatrist, and he asked her, "What is your favorite Christmas carol?" She, with a straight face, said, "Hark the herald angels sing about me." So I overheard this heated conversation between a narcissist and her husband. And he said, "I am not like you."
Yeah.
The narcissist goes, "Oh yeah, you are. You're just as bossy as anything. And, obviously you're self-centered and crazy and everything else, and then the narcissist spouse said, "Oh, you know what? I think you're projecting." Okay, that one was pretty bad. I admit it. So, what does a narcissist want to get rid of when moving into a new house? Well, of course, they want to get rid of the things that they consider trash, and maybe that's why some narcissists like to move pretty often, because lots of trash. You think? By the way, what's a narcissist's definition of trash? Items which take up space in the narcissist's house, but of course, those are all things that belong to someone other than the narcissist. Yeah. What do you call a narcissist who's never envious of other people? Exceptional. Why does a narcissist spend so much time digging around in their spouse's or their children's private possessions? Well, those belong to the narcissist too, right? What does a narcissist think equality means? Being equally bossy to everybody in their lives. Why does a narcissist find it so hard to empathize with people? Well, because they're always so busy focusing on their own problems. Why do narcissists so often complain of being exhausted or tired or overwhelmed? Well, how would you feel if you were constantly charged with the responsibility of, controlling all the other people in your family? Why is a narcissist unable to hold up his end of an agreement or her end of an agreement when they've entered into one? Well, any agreement where a narcissist is involved is their property, and they are therefore entitled to do whatever they want. I mean, at least according to them, right? What's accessible to a narcissist but nobody else in the household? The family finances, of course. What's a narcissist's idea of hard work? Supervising. And my final joke of the day is, how do you get a narcissist to respect other people's feelings? Well, you can dream about it. All right, y'all, that's all for me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons for Survivors. Have a wonderful weekend. As always, thanks for letting me be a part of your day, and hey, thanks for being a part of mine. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. Mwah. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.